This is a presentation of the Oklahoma Sports Network.
Any other use of this telecast or any pictures, descriptions, or accounts of the game without the Oklahoma Sports Network's consent is prohibited. It may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be used without express written consent.
Hello and welcome, everybody. High school basketball is live on the Oklahoma Sports Network, continuing our postseason coverage of the 2025 high school basketball playoffs in the great state of Oklahoma. The road to the big house rolls on here in week 2 of the postseason. We've got girls 5A area action tonight here in Piedmont. The Classen SAS Comets, the Carl Albert Titans, no stranger to games. Big games this time of year, and they've got another one tonight. The winner here will head to the state tournament next Monday at the Big House, Jim Norick Arena at the State Fairgrounds. But got to get there first. These two teams, because they won their respective regionals, will have 2 cracks at it. The loser of tonight's game will get to turn around and play again on Friday afternoon with another chance to get to the state tournament. But you know, both teams want to take care of business tonight and punch their ticket to the 5A state tournament. Josh Calloway here with you at Wildcat Athletic Center in Piedmont, Oklahoma, a fantastic setting for high school basketball. No stranger to us here at OSN. We've been here in the past. We were here last year for several big playoff games, and it's going to be the same this time around as we've got a double dip here from Piedmont as fellow OSN squad Altus will be on this floor following. That'll be a different broadcast crew, but we'll be still live here on the Oklahoma Sports Network. We've got games all over the place here tonight as all 4 5A West girls area games are on OSN tonight because they all feature OSN teams, the 3 Mid-Del schools, and then as I just detailed, Altus coming up in just a little bit. Like I said, these 2 teams go square off tonight. The winner will punch their ticket to the state tournament. The loser is not eliminated. They will get another crack at it on Friday against the winner of the next game on this floor, which is Altus and Duncan, which, again, you can watch that game live here on OSN in just a little bit. But like we said, the winner here, both these teams come into this not thinking about Friday. They're thinking about getting the job done and turning their attention to Monday and the 5A state tournament and the Big House, Jim Norick Arena. All right, we're going to go ahead and step aside real quick here as we're going to have national anthem and all that good stuff, and we'll get the starting lineups for you, and we'll get the basketball for you. Classen SAS Comets, Carl Albert Titans, 5A area action on the other side of this break on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
Whataburger, please Brent back the Monterey melt. Brent back. Okay, yeah, message received. We're Brentfing it back. Grilled peppers and onions, 2 slices of melty cheese, and jalapeno ranch on 2 fresh beef patties. Brent it on. The Whataburger Monterey melt is back. We brunched it all right. What a burger!
College is more than just going to class. College is a journey. It's meeting new people and making new friendships that will last a lifetime. It's learning from professors who care about you and your success. And finding out it can be really fun and rewarding. It's discovering that thing you want to do for the rest of your life. Cameron University is all about helping you grow and succeed. Because your success is our success.
Have you ever seen an insurance commercial and asked yourself, are they really telling me the truth? Well, guess what? They're not.
Somebody runs a red light and you think all of a sudden their insurance company's going to be all neighborly about it? Insurance companies aren't in the business of saving you money. They're in the business of keeping your money.
So remember, save our number in your phone so when tragedy strikes.
Call Rob and Will.
All right, back here at Wildcat Athletic Center in Piedmont. Starting lineups for tonight's game presented by Dynamic Health Clinic. At Dynamic Health Clinic, Dr. Coffin specializes in athletic injuries, able to get athletes back in action very quickly using a system called Advanced Muscle Integration. Play better, recover faster at Dynamic Health Clinic. Starting five, first for the Classen SAS Comets. Number 4 is Carrington Threat. She's a sophomore. Number 13, Jada Teray, a senior. Number 22, Annie Ferguson, a senior as well. Number 23, Paige Williams, a junior, can really handle the ball. Number 32 is Micaiah Moore, a junior as well. Comets are 16-6 coming into play tonight, coached by Ricky Vick. Carl Albert Titans, meanwhile, number 3 is Hayden Harrell, 5'1" sophomore. Number 11, Evie Mitchell, 5'4" senior. Number 15, Jakari Brown, 5'7" junior. Number 21, Malia Hatchett, a 5'8" sophomore. And number 22, Audrey Plunkett, the 5'11" junior, rounds out the Titans. A superb, an immaculate 26-1 on the year coming into play tonight. And are, of course, coached by the great Kyle Ritchie. We are just about ready to get the action started in this area tournament matchup. Teray will do the tip against Audrey Plunkett. So glad you could be with us. And away we go. Josh Galloway here in Piedmont. The Titans win the tip. They'll possess it first. Winner to the 5A state tournament. Carl Albert, the home team, in the home whites. Red numbers and letters on the front. Classen in the road, black unis with yellow numbers and letters. And the blue trim on the sides. Opening three, Clackamas right out of the gates for Jakari Brown. And we have a very quick Bobby Lewis Insurance 3-ball and a very quick Titan lead as Brown hits the triple, and we're underway here in Piedmont. First possession for the Comets, who've had a tremendous season as well. We featured them on OSN a couple of times this season. Our matchups against Midwest City and Del City. Is ball knocked out of bounds. It'll stay at this end with Classen. This Titan team, a phenomenal year, 26-1 coming into play tonight. Certainly feels like a team more than capable of going the distance, not just reaching the state tournament, but going the distance when they get there. Spin move in the lane for Ferguson. Shot didn't go. Rebound pulled down by the Titans all the way to the rim. Audrey Plunkett coast to coast. So a fast start for the Titans here in Piedmont. First two possessions, two quick buckets. And Carl Albert's opened up a 5-0 lead here at the home of the Piedmont Wildcats. Tremendous facilities out here at the Wildcat Athletic Center. You don't host these games by accident. They put it places that can handle it and that deserve it. And this is one of those places. Love coming out here. We'll be here all week for high school playoff action as a turnover here by the Comets. Something you can't do against this Carl Albert team. You got to value your possessions. Every possession going to be very, very important if the Comets want to try and spring an upset here tonight. Not after the best start. Here's Hayden Harrell handling it for the Titans. She gives up right side to Brown in the corner to Audrey Plunkett. Plunkett pulls up from the block. Tried to bank it in. Doesn't go, but somehow ended up getting her own miss there. And a second chance opportunity for the Titans. Here's Brown. Swing it left side. Plunkett on the wing. Bounce pass in the corner to Brown. Hit the three to start this game. Gives it up to Mitchell. Gives it right back. Carl Albert being patient here on this possession. Trying to figure out where they want to attack the Classen defense. Coach Ritchie shouts out some direction for Harrell. Plunkett being watched by Annie Ferguson. She's got a little bit of the height advantage on her. Gives it underneath, then a pass too tall for Hatchett. That'll be a turnover. So good defense there by Classen in the half court, able to kind of set things up. Didn't give up, not only didn't give up an open look, didn't give up any look as a turnover there for Carl Albert. And Classen has it back, looking for their first points, down 5-0, still very, very early. Micaiah Moore handling it, a really talented forward for this Comets team. Trying to get it to Teray underneath. Deflected, ends up with Williams for three. Rims halfway down and out. Paige Williams can really shoot it. That was a good look. Just didn't quite get the roll on it. And the Titans have the basketball back, still leading 5-0, still in the very early going. Here's Harrell with it for the Titans. Threat, the one watching her, gives up right side to Plunkett. Plunkett puts on the floor, kick back out, Harrell. Back over to Plunkett, goes strong to the rim and lays it in. It's been a fantastic season for Audrey Plunkett. Just a matchup nightmare with her length, but then her ability to handle the ball. Not a lot of players can really handle her. And she's off to a nice start here, 4 quick points. And the Titans have opened up a quick 7-0 lead. Pass underneath is going to be too tall for Teray. All for fingertips. Out of bounds, that's another turnover. So a rough start here for Classen, and Coach Vic sensing that, and he's going to take an early timeout. Allows us to thank some sponsors here that we need to make sure we thank to help us bring you these OSM playoff games. First off, our title sponsor, which is Confidence Chevrolet Buick GMC, your hometown dealer for new and pre-owned vehicles. Visit today at Confidence Chevrolet Buick GMC, exit Hudyburg at 6100 Tinker Diagonal in Midwest City. Confidence is Cavender. And also make sure we thank our first quarter sponsor up in the right-hand corner, which is Scrambled. We're starting this game the way you should start your day with Scrambled. For breakfast or brunch, try their chicken and pancakes or deep-fried French toast, or both. Why not? 1742 Northeast 23rd Street, Suite A in OKC. Give them a call, 405-900-5972. Back to action here. Titans off to a tremendous start. Almost turned it over here, but they lead at 7-0 in the early going here in Piedmont. This is Mitchell handling it. Gives a right side Harrell. Back out to Jakari Brown, who's way out near half court on the midcourt P at the Wildcat Athletic Center. Harrell down the baseline, kick across to Mitchell for three. Clackums. Oh, boy, the Titans are coming out swinging. That's another Bobby Lewis Insurance three ball. Bobby Lewis Insurance, surprisingly great rates with 2 locations to serve you. Choctaw at 405-281-6700. And Del City, 405-670-3665. Another turnover here as Classen just can't find any offense. Plunkett transition three off the mark, the side of the rim, and rebound to go out of bounds and back to Classen. So where do the Comets go right now just to get a good possession, get a good clean shot off? That's been a challenge in and of itself here in these first half quarter of this area matchup. Williams handoff to Moore. Threat swings around Ferguson in the corner. Ferguson being hounded by Jakari Brown. Gives off, nice feed to Moore, but she misses the layup at the rim. It's tipped out and we ran down by Plunkett. Teray able to get in the path here, and it goes go out of bounds and stay with the Titans. Kind of one of those plays you just were waiting for a foul call one way or another, but it wasn't. It was a play on. Hatchett comes out for Carl Albert into the game for the first time tonight. Jordan Richardson, the exciting freshman for this Carl Albert team, which, as good as they are, a lot of these players are going to be back next year. A really young team, all things considered, despite how great they are this season. Shot is off the mark. Empty possession. Classen still looking for their first points. This is Paige Williams, who does the lion's share of the ball handling for the Comets. Really talented player. Micaiah Moore gives it right side. She'll kick it back out to Ferguson at the top. Ferguson over to Williams with the pink headband. Gives it up to Teray. Teray calling out some direction. Carrington Threat now handles the basketball. She's got some space, but she'll give it up to Ferguson. Tries to get underneath to Teray. It was not a bad idea, but it was offline. Looks like Teray lost her footing there. And another turnover for Classen. So not only are the shots not falling for the Comets in these first 5 minutes, they're not getting shots up. Titans defense suffocating, not allowing any space to work with, and it's created multiple turnovers in this first quarter. Not the start at all that Coach Vic was looking for. Still a long way to go, but a bad start. Richardson's jumper is airballed. So an empty trip there for the Titans. Classen's defense feels like it's maybe settled down a little bit, but this is not going to help. Plunkett picks her pocket, fast break to the rim, and she's fouled. So Audrey Plunkett forces that turnover, leads to a fast break to the rim. And it's our first foul of the day on our first trip to the Toonie Buys Houses charity stripe. Toonie Buys Houses, we buy homes in any condition. If you or someone you know needs to sell a home for any reason, please call today for a cash offer. 405-931-3046. First free throw is good for Plunkett. And it's an 11-0 lead for the Titans. That foul, by the way, the first one charged to Teray. Second free throw, no good, so the lead will stay at 11-0 for now. Classen, though, needing some offense. Ferguson handling the ball. Jakari Brown making it hard on her here. Eventually able to get rid of it to Moore. Micaiah Moore kick back out. Paige Williams out near half court. Went to hand it to Ferguson, but miscommunication, a turnover. Coach Ritchie loves it. It just looks like Williams was handing it to Ferguson, and Ferguson didn't expect her to do that. The ball just ended up going to nobody and went right out of bounds for a turnover. So nearly 6 minutes in, and it'll be over 6 minutes in. Classen still sitting on a goose egg. Feels like if they could find a way to get one, maybe could open the floodgates a little bit. This is a good offensive team, but they're having a hard time right now. As mishandling the ball in the lane here is Hatchett. And it goes out of bounds, back over to the Comets. So, like we kind of touched on a couple minutes ago, Klassen's defense seems to have found its footing a little bit. It made it a lot tougher on the Titans after those first few possessions. So they've kind of stabilized on that side, but can they get it going on this side? And that's not going to help as Plunkett does it again. This is a pick six all the way to the rim in an easy lane. Plunkett just read that absolutely all the way, got a great jump, and then there was no chance anyone was getting back on that. She was all alone for the lane. It's a 13-0 run out of the gates for the Titans, and they have put on a clinic in this first quarter. What a start for Coach Ritchie in this area tournament. You want to get out to a good start, settle your team in? Well, this is exactly everything you could hope for. Ferguson open look at a three in the corner, too strong. Air ball is pulled in by who else? Audrey Plunkett. Try to get it ahead to Richardson. She mishandles it. Carrington Threat scoops it. And Classen will get another chance at it. That was a good look generated on that last shot, though. Even though it didn't go, for Coach Vick, you like the shot. Got Ferguson a good wide open look. See if they can get another one like that here. Teray at the top of the key, gives it underneath to Ferguson. Spin move in the lane, that'll go, and the foul. And boy, did Classen need that, as the and one for Annie Ferguson, the senior. The foul's on Jakara Brown, her first, and it sends Ferguson to the free throw line. Free throws up and good, so she completes the three-point play, and boy, is that what Classen needed. Makes it 13-3. Plunkett being hounded here near half court, able to get it across. Richardson going to go strong, and she runs into a brick wall. That is Jada Teray. Just stood her ground, knocked her down. Good defensive play. Feet were set. Good no call. And Class has got it back. Paige Williams in the final half minute. She'll drive to the rim. Right hand teardrop doesn't go. It rolls off. Long pass ahead. Richardson going to go all the way to the rim. Scoop lay with the left. Won't go again. So Carl Albert just kind of gone cold here offensively. Fast break for Micaiah Moore. And Plunkett hustles from behind and knocks it away. Audrey Plunkett, on top of everything else, obviously a great player. Like we said, her length and her ability to handle the ball. She's also an Energizer bunny. She's just up and down, racing up and down the floor. You're not going to catch her not hustling very often, if ever. And she was all over that play to hustle that one and break up that fast break. 11 seconds on the clock, and Williams' pass hit the back of the goal. And she kind of rolls her eyes at herself as a unforced turnover there. And Carl Albert gets it back, up by 10. Time certainly to get another look if they can get it down here. They got to hurry a little bit. Richardson ahead. Good ball movement leads to a wide open three for Harrell on the wing. Clock comes. A Bobby Lewis three ball to close out this first quarter. And you can't ask for a much better start if you're Coach Ritchie in this opening quarter, as Carl Albert all over Classen early. It's 16-3 Titans. You're watching the high school basketball playoffs on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
The Honey Butter Chicken Biscuit at Whataburger, available from 11 p.m. to 11 a.m. Only it's not that time right now, so it's not available. Instead, we must sit here until 11 p.m. watching footage of the flaky, crispy, buttery goodness that is the Honey Butter Chicken Biscuit. Once again, our desires are denied by, ooh, look, the Honey Barbecue Chicken Strip Sandwich. That'll hold us over till 11 p.m. What a burger.
Back in Piedmont, Josh Calloway here with you on the Oklahoma Sports Network. Heading into the second quarter, this 5A girls area matchup. The winner here is on to the state tournament and the big house as the 5A and 6A tournaments return to Jim Norick Arena in its swan song, the last dance at the big house, as some have called it. And 5A and 6A return back, and that'll start next Monday with the 5A tournament. And, of course, we'll have all the coverage on OSN starting next Monday. We got to figure out the teams that are going to be there first, and a nice finish in the lane here for Jada Teray. Spin move, got it to go, and one. So ironically, Classen hit 2 shots in this game, and they both were when they were getting fouled. Kind of funny the way that goes sometimes. So Teray gets the layup to go, and she can complete the 3-point play at the foul line. She does just that, so a nice play there. Got to kind of think, if you're Coach Vic, all things considered, 16-6, not the worst place to be in, considering you didn't score for the first 6 minutes of this game. And the way Carl Albert started their first few possessions, being a team as good as the Titans, they're 26-1 for a reason. Kind of feels like could be a lot worse if you're Classen. You're still certainly in this game, down just 16-6, early in the second quarter. Here's Richardson handling it for the Titans. She'll pull up with the free throw line. That won't go, but she's hit and fouled. And she'll take a trip to the Toonie Buys House's charity stripe. Make sure we let you know what else we have on OSN this evening, as it is another big day. I mentioned we got all the 5A Girls West games. Del City El Reno, which is over in Bridge Creek, that's on OSN right now as we speak, as Richardson hits the first free throw. And then tonight we'll have the 2 night games as well. Midwest City and Guyman, the Bombers and the Tigers. And then right here in Piedmont, Altus and Duncan. Again, the Altus crew will step in and do that ball game. But we'll have that game for you here in Piedmont as well. So we are all over the place here tonight, as we've got all 4 girls 5A West area games. Richardson hits both free throws, pushes the lead to 12 at 18-6. And Classen will bring it up. This is Paige Williams, who's a dynamic player, really fun to watch. Just a junior, too, so she has a whole nother year. I got a foul on the Titans. It'll be the first charge to Hayden Harrell. Hasn't been a ton of whistles in this first half. We like it. Williams' shot put up here, and it's going to be another blocking foul on the Titans that should result in more free throws for Paige Williams. Foul's going to go on Kinley Sutton, who was just into the game. Number 25 draws her first foul. First one for Williams is good. Makes it 18-7. Like I said, you want games to be pretty free-flowing, really all the time, but especially at this time of year in these important postseason games. As the second free throw, no good for Williams. You don't want to feel like it's kind of just a free throw shooting contest and a lot of key players in foul trouble. We had a little bit of that in Midwest City El Reno last week on the boys' side. You want it to be determined on the court. You want it to be pretty free-flowing. Refs letting them play a little bit. So far, that's what we've gotten here. Shakari Brown's floater is up and good. That was pretty, right in the lane. Just splashed that one down. And Carl Albert may be finding their stride offensively a little bit again as the lead's back out to 13 at 20-7. They started this game off 13-0. Pass underneath is deflected. Trying to get to the cutting Micaiah Moore, but it ends up in the hands of Mitchell. But Williams comes racing through, poked it loose. Now Mitchell being hounded in the backcourt. And a wide timeout by Coach Ritchie, as I'm not sure how close they were to the 10-second call, but it was coming up, as Titans are having a hard time getting that across, but a savvy timeout by the veteran Coach Kyle Ritchie snuck in. Just a 30-second. We'll stay here. 6:39 to play until halftime. Carl Albert leading Classen SAS 20-7. Josh Calloway here with you on the Oklahoma Sports Network. So glad you could be with us on OSN this evening in this girls 5A West matchup. Like we said, this is not an elimination game. The winner of this game will advance to the state tournament. The loser will have another crack at it on Friday afternoon back here in Piedmont against the winner of the next game. It'll be Altus and Duncan, which we'll also have on OSN. The winner there will advance to Friday. But these two teams, because they won their respective regionals last week, they get the luxury of having 2 cracks at it here in the area round to reach the state tournament next week. So that's the benefit of it. That's why you want to win your regional. We talked about that at length, last Friday, that those games weren't elimination games, but it's vastly different this week if you win or lose. Now you kind of see it as they get 2 cracks at it, these 2 teams here tonight. Turnover here for the Titans. Classen gets the basketball back, trailing by 13 here in Piedmont with 6:15 to go until halftime. Carrington Threat handles the ball for the Comets. Gives it to Micaiah Moore. She'll fire away on a three. Side of the rim, no good. Teray rips down the board. Turnaround shot for Teray, no good. Rebound tipped loose and ends up with Jakari Brown. Start the break for the Titans. That's what Teray can do, by the way. She is a force on the glass. Three ball for Sutton in the corner. High reigning Clackums. Bobby Lewis, three ball. Kinley Sutton, that high arcing three, able to drain that one. And the Titans have got their biggest lead of the night. And that's overhanded the ball as Teray went to pass it to Williams. And then Harrell jumped in the passing lane. And Teray knew it was either throw an obvious turnover or try to keep my dribble going, but not able to as they get her for the overhand and the turnover. It's what this Titans team can do to you. They are suffocating. There's just so little margin for error. And again, I said this earlier, but it's worth repeating. There's a reason they're 26-1. Sutton for three in the corner. That one too strong. Same spot. She hit the one earlier, but that one a little too much. And now a touch foul here going to be called on Richardson. So Carl Albert has kind of sneakily piled up some fouls here in this second quarter. They're up to 4 now already with still 5:25 to go until halftime. So Classen is in the bonus the rest of the way in this first half. That could help you if you want to try and get it back to a reasonable number before the halftime break. Getting to the foul line will help you. So we'll see if they can take advantage of that as Carl Albert at 4 fouls already in this second quarter. Williams in the corner to Moore. Plunkett pokes away from behind. It'll go out of bounds and stay down here with the Comets. Williams will inbound it just to the right of the basket. Does to the top of the key with Carrington Threat. Threat, left-hand shot. Back iron, no. Brown skying for the board, and she got wiped out there as Moore knocked into her. That'll be a foul on Micaiah Moore, and Titans will get the basketball back. Second foul on the Comets here in the second quarter. First personal charged to Micaiah Moore. Fast start for Carl Albert here in this area-round game, and Kyle Ritchie and the Titans, much like Coach Jay Price and the Titans on the boys' side of things, no stranger at all to the state tournament, and they are nearing, closing in, trying to get there once again in 2025. Nice move by Plunkett to the rim. Couldn't finish. It's a great move in the lane to get there, but not able to lay it home. Comets get the basketball back, trailing by 16. Nice pass, Williams to Micaiah Moore, and she lays it home. That was a nice feed, Williams to Moore, and a good bucket there at the rim for the Comets. Plunkett bounce pass offline. Ferguson intercepts it. She gets ahead to Micaiah Moore, who mishandled for a moment. Right-hand shot, tried to bank it, no good, but she's fouled. So Classen's defense creating a couple turnovers, a couple extra stolen possessions. And like we said, it's going to be a key for Classen, maybe all night, but especially in this next 4:20. Get to the foul line. Help you get some free throws to kind of nibble away at this deficit. As first one good for Micaiah Moore makes it 23-10. That foul, by the way, was put on Plunkett for the Titans, just her first. Second one will rattle home. Makes it 23-11. So Classen continuing to kind of hang in here. Down by 12. Hatchett comes across. That was Richardson. And she steps on the baseline. So a turnover. And Classen gets another stop, and they'll get the basketball back. And you kind of feel we're on the Classen side of the arena here in Piedmont. I feel some of the folks over here feeling like, all right, it's a basketball game right now. It was 13-0 out of the gate. Since then, it's a basketball game. It's been pretty even, give and take, but you got to find a way to start making up ground if you're Classen, which is easier said than done. Nice spin move from Micaiah Moore. Doesn't go. Rebound ripped down by Williams, and that's a travel. Couldn't really tell from up here if she just kind of went for the ball and went to the ground to get it, or if she got knocked to the ground. Obviously, the officials ruling that she just went to the ground, and when you kind of roll a little bit, that's a travel. So Comets give it up, Titans get it back. Just past the midway point of quarter number 2. Richardson, left-hand pass up to Evie Mitchell on the wing to the top. Back to Richardson. Richardson trying to shake Carrington Threat. Crossover move on her. She'll drive, left-hand shot thrown up there, but a whistle and a foul here. They're going to say it was on the floor. That was my question. Will they give it a shot or not? They're going to say no, on the floor. It's on Threat. That's her second, team third. No foul shots. Inbound to Plunkett. Poked away from behind. Knocked out of bounds. Back to Classen. So you're seeing Carl Albert looking kind of uncharacteristically uncomfortable right now. A few turnovers hurting them. And Classen gets the basketball back. Still down 12, 23-11. Paige Williams will bring it up the floor. Gives it up right side to Micaiah Moore. Hand off Annie Ferguson. Ferguson back to Moore in the corner. She'll drive the baseline. Got bumped. Try to get it over to Ray. Not a bad idea, but pass a little too tall. Leads to a fast break for the Titans. Mitchell feeds it off to Jakari Brown. Good hustle back by Classen to break up that fast break. And the Titans will just have to reset their offense. Plunkett, handoff Richardson. Gives it up to Jakari Brown. A lot of contact. These officials are letting them play a little bit. I don't mind it. Classen is hounding them. And now a whistle and a foul that Coach Ricky Vick was not a fan of in the slightest. As Williams gets called for kind of checking Brown a little bit. That'll be the fourth foul on the Comets here in the second quarter. The first personal on Paige Williams. But fourth team foul, so that means bonus the rest of the way for the Titans now in this first half. Mitchell on the right wing. Goes to her left. Now on the block. Has to kick it back out. Jakari Brown. Pump fake once and takes it back out. Crossover move. Hand off Harrell. Sutton now handles it. Plunkett. Boy, the Classen defense has really ramped it up. Plunkett spin move here. Just has to get rid of it. That's a travel. This Classen defense in the half court, the first 3-4 minutes or so, Carl Albert kind of came out, just hit a few shots, bang, bang, bang. Since then, give them credit. They've made it really hard on the Titans. Just have not really been able to generate a lot of good looks. A lot of their points have come off turnovers and transition in the last, 10 minutes or so. So Classen has it back, still down 12. They haven't really found their groove over on this side, though, and that's what's keeping them at arm's length right now. Paige Williams gives it up to Teray at the top. Teray checks with her sideline. Gives it back out to Paige Williams. Right side, Micaiah Moore. Moore puts it on the floor. Contact, shot is up, won't go, but it's a foul. Going to be put on Sutton. And free throws coming here for the Comets and Micaiah Moore. Second personal foul on Sutton. And like we said, they're over the limit. So it'll be free throws either way. It was on the shot anyway. And Micaiah Moore will shoot a pair at the Toonie Buys House's charity stripe. First one is good. Back in comes Richardson. She'll replace Sutton with 2:03 to play until halftime. Stick with us at the half, by the way. We will recap the first half of action here in Piedmont. We'll also, of course, check in on some other scorers from around the state tonight. The other 5A area games in progress as we speak. And we'll also maybe dip over to the big house as the state tournament started today. Class A quarterfinals, both boys and girls today at Jim Norick Arena. Maybe step in on some scores over there on the first day of state tournament action today at State Fairgrounds. That's all coming up at the half as Jakari Brown floater in the lane is good. That was pretty. Jakari Brown, a very solid player, and a nice shot there. Lead back to 13. This is going to be an offensive foul. Paige Williams a little out of control, racing down the floor, and gets hit with a charge. That's going to be her second foul. So that's certainly noteworthy because Paige Williams is one of those players that kind of makes it all go for the Comets, and she's now got two. Coach Vick, I think probably a wise move, going to leave her in the final 90 seconds. A game like this, you're already down 13. Feels like you probably need to take that risk with her having two fouls. I agree. Here's Mitchell in the corner. Over to Jakari Brown on the wing. Jakari Brown over to Plunkett. Plunkett being watched by Williams. Fun matchup there. Switch over to Richardson. Now Mitchell. She'll fire away from three on the wing. Almost banked it home. Not sure if she called glass, but we'll give her the benefit of the doubt, but it doesn't roll home anyway. But Plunkett, look at this. Williams now falls down. Richardson almost forced a turnover. Teray able to save it. Bounce pass to Micaiah Moore, and Classen will try and set up some offense. Carrington Threat takes it out near half court. 52 seconds and counting in this first half. Williams now gets knocked loose. This is Hayden Harrell. Easy fast break and a layup at the rim. As Williams got just knocked loose. And like we said, this officiating crew is letting them play a little bit. There was a lot of contact there, but they let it go. And at least a bucket for the Titans. Now another turnover. As Brown rips it away from Ferguson, we get a tie-up, but the arrow favors the Titans. So Carl Albert kind of reinforcing their will a little bit after Classen had kind of seemingly settled in. Titans on a good 2-minute stretch or so here, and they're leading by 15 and have the ball back again. Pass underneath to the cutting Plunkett. Bounce past to Mitchell. Great ball movement. Leads to a 3 for Harrell. Clackums. Bobby Lewis, 3-ball on some tremendous ball movement. We'll try and get a replay in here real quickly. And I'm not going to have time. That was stellar, though. Ball movement leads to a triple for Harrell. Final seconds. Shot here won't go for Williams. Richardson pulls it down. Half-court heave. This would count. And it's a little too strong. And that ends the first half. What was a really good first half for the Carl Albert Titans. They come out really fast, led 13-0 out of the gate. Classen settled in a little bit, but Titans able to push it back out a little further before halftime. And they go into the break in control, leading 30-12 here at the Wildcat Athletic Center in Piedmont. All right, we'll step aside quickly here for halftime. We'll come back in just a few moments. We will recap the first half here from Piedmont. And like I said, we'll check in on some other scores tonight. Both 5A girls area games are across the state, as well as the first day of action at the Big House for the Class A quarterfinals for both boys and girls. Halftime report coming up next right here on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
How can you describe Whataburger's honey barbecue chicken strip sandwich? The chicken just has a certain... And then there's the sauce that just gives you a little bit of... And the cheese? It's the exact right amount of... It's almost too hard to put it into... Yeah, that's the word I'm looking for. The honey barbecue chicken strip sandwich at Whataburger. Just like you like it.
If you've lived in Oklahoma long enough, you'll know that we get extreme weather. With that extreme weather comes hail damage to your roof and an insurance claim. When that happens, there's not a better company to deal with on your insurance claim than Cantrell Roofing and Construction. Since 1987, Cantrell Roofing and Construction has proven to be the best in the business. And always remember, got hail? Call Cantrell. Call them at 405-642-8558.
College is more than just going to class. College is a journey. It's meeting new people and making new friendships that will last a lifetime. It's learning from professors who care about you and your success. And finding out it can be really fun and rewarding. It's discovering that thing you want to do for the rest of your life. Cameron University is all about helping you grow and succeed. Because your success is our success.
All right, back here in Piedmont, we're at halftime of our ball game between the Classen SAS Comets and the Carl Albert Titans. Good start for Carl Albert. They have a nice, comfortable lead at the half, 30-12. Still a lot of work to do, but in good shape right now, certainly to reach the 5A state tournament if they can keep on this momentum in the second half. For Classen, a slow start. It was 13-0 out of the gate. They only scored 3 points in the first quarter. They settled down quite a bit, and really the game was pretty even for about 10 minutes or so in the middle of that first half. But the first 4 minutes and then the last 2 minutes of that 16-minute first half really hurt Classen. Carl with the great start and then the strong finish, and it has them at a 30-12 lead, and a lot of work to do for the Comets if they're going to find a way to get back in this in the second half. As we sit here at halftime, make sure we look at some other scores tonight in 5A. These are other area games. Again, these are all area games that the winner will go to the state tournament. So every score you hear gives you an indication of somebody that might be getting close to punching their ticket to the 5A state tournament. In action as we speak, Booker T. Washington up there in Tulsa leading Durant 22-13. Del City and El Reno, a good one on OSN right now. The Eagles at last check leading El Reno 25-23. That game very competitive so far, maybe even a little closer than some might think with the year that Del City has put together. That's a ball game right now, though, on OSN. Coweta leads Shawnee at the break, 24-22 in that one as well. And that's the other 5A games in action, of course, than our game here. Those are the four regional area games with the winners moving to state. There'll be 4 more games later for teams to stay alive into Friday, which will when the other 4 tickets will be punched. As for the state tournament today, which is underway, first games of the Big House, day 1 at the Big House. Class A girls in action as we speak. Sealing knocking out Canute earlier today, a really good one, 40-35. Sealing winning that one. And then at the half right now at the Big House, Caddo is leading Allen 23-18. So another good one. You always want good games at the Big House. So far, that's the case in Class A. As for the Class A boys state tournament, which they had their 4 quarterfinals earlier today, Okarche, big winners over Texhoma, 87-63. Rattan blew out Sterling, 81-42. OK beat Summit Christian, 59-44. And then the game of the day on the boys' side, without question, Caddo knocking out Cyril, 50-47. A really good game there. So sets up the semifinals, which will be on Friday at the Big House. Caddo versus OK and Rattan versus Okarche. That'll be the semifinals in Class A boys on Friday at the Big House at the State Fairgrounds in Oklahoma City. All right, we'll step aside for one more quick break. When we come back, we'll have the second half for you from Piedmont. Carl Albert leading Class in SAS 30-12. You're watching high school basketball on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
Whataburger, please print back the Monterey melt. Print back. Okay, yeah. Message received. We're printing it back. Grilled peppers and onions, 2 slices of melty cheese, and jalapeno ranch on 2 fresh beef patties. Print it on. The Whataburger Monterey melt is back. We brumped it all right. What a burger!
Have you ever seen an insurance commercial and ask yourself, are they really telling me the truth? Well, guess what? They're not.
Somebody runs a red light, and you think all of a sudden their insurance company's going to be all neighborly about it? Insurance companies aren't in the business of saving you money. They're in the business of keeping your money.
So remember, save our number in your phone so when tragedy strikes, call Rob and Will.
All right, back in Piedmont. Josh Calloway here with you on the Oklahoma Sports Network. Just about ready to start the second half between Classen SAS and Carl Albert. A fast start for the Titans. They lead at 30-12 as we're just moments away from getting the second half started. We want to make sure we thank our title sponsor for Middale playoff basketball on OSN, which is Confidence Chevrolet Buick GMC. From oil changes to major repairs, we service all makes and models. Visit today at Confidence Chevrolet Buick GMC, exit Hudeberg, at 6100 Tinker Diagonal in Midwest City. Confidence is Cavender. So we're just about ready to get the second half started. Like we said, a great start for the Titans. They lead at 30-12 as we jump into the second half. Classen will start with the ball. Can the Comets put together a run here to try and make this interesting down the stretch? That'll be the goal for Coach Ricky Vick's squad. At least make the Titans sweat a little bit. As ball knocked out of bounds, it'll stay at this end with the Comets. As we open up the second half of play. Appreciate everyone being tuned in on a Tuesday evening. Winner here advances to the state tournament at the Big House starting next Monday from Jim Norick Arena. The loser, not done though, will have another crack at it Friday afternoon against the winner of the next game on this floor, Altus and Duncan, which you can watch here on OSN. Good ball movement underneath here. Ferguson feeds it to, I believe it was Micaiah Moore, who puts it home. So a good first possession for the Comets, and they've got a quick bucket. Good look for Jakari Brown for three on the wing. Clackums. Oh, boy, that was swishy. Nothing but nylon for Jakari Brown. That one was pure Bobby Lewis Insurance three ball. So right after the good first possession for Classen, the Titans come right back and respond. A big three on the wing, and it's right back out to a 19-point lead, which is the biggest it's been all night for Carl Albert. In the lane here, Micaiah Moore strong to the rim, and she's bumped and fouled. Gives us a chance to thank our third quarter sponsor, which is Patrick Newby Farmers Insurance. The Newby Agency is your local Oklahoma farmers insurance agency in Midwest City. Our agency is family owned and operated and has been serving the public for over 40 years. Office located off 29th and Air Depot near Tinker Air Force Base. Come by and see them. 560 West Boeing Drive, Suite A. Or give them a call at 45733-7671. First free throw no good for Micaiah Moore. Second one on the way will go. So it's a split trip. Titans have it back. Harrell racing down the floor using her speed. Left-hand layup high off the glass and puts it in. That was slick for Hayden Harrell. She just zipped down the floor. And then that left hand scooped it up. That was pretty. And it leads out to 20. Paige Williams handling it for the Classen. Teray on the top. Swings around to Ferguson. Ferguson has it on the wing once again, being guarded by Jakari Brown. And bumping a foul. It'll go on Brown. That's her second. Team second as well, early stages of this third quarter. Williams will inbound it underneath the basket for the Comets. Skings it up to the top with Moore. She'll drive, right-hand shot, up and good. So Micaiah Moore kind of quietly putting together a nice night. She's off to a fast start here in the second half. And it's now 35-17. Plunkett, miscommunication here. Pass intercepted. Her and Evie Mitchell not on the same page. And Ferguson able to run it down and get the turnover. Classen handling the ball. This is Moore. Kick in the corner to Carrington Threat. Threat hand back off to Micaiah Moore. She'll take a jumper from the free throw line. Side of the rim, no good. Rebound scooped up by Harrell. She'll race down for the Titans. Gets across half court. Bounce pass to Plunkett. Plunkett dishes it off left side. Evie Mitchell for three. Back iron, no. Rebound skied for and pulled in by Moore. Long pass ahead to Paige Williams, who crosses half court. Paige Williams pulls up just in front of the elbow. Right-hand shot, left it short off the side of the rim. Leads to another fast break opportunity for the Titans. Harrell, pass ahead. Jakari Brown in the corner for three. Clackums. Pure, just pure from Jakari Brown. Back-to-back triples that didn't even have a whisper of touching the rim. Another Bobby Lewis three ball, and the lead goes back to 21. I shouldn't say back to. That's the biggest it's been all night at 38-17. 5:27 to go in the third. A timeout here on the floor. Should the Titans win this one, like we said, they do move to the state tournament. We don't know anything about when that game would be or who it would be against yet, but we do know it would be Monday. That's the extent of that. Monday at the Big House, Jim Nork Arena, which is, once again, the host of the 5A and 6A state tournament. It's going to be a wild week. The way it kind of lays out, you have 5A on Monday, 6A on Tuesday, and then you get into the other classes as the week progresses. The semifinals for 5A and 6A are then at UConn High School on Thursday and Friday, but then the championship games circle back around to the Big House on Saturday. So if you make the state tournament in every class, if you make it, you get a game at the Big House. That's kind of the way it's structured. But if you get to the semis, they will take you back out of the Big House over to UConn High School, then the championship circle back around at Jim Nork Arena on Saturday. Contacting the lane here as we get back to it. Paige Williams knocked to the floor. The foul's on Brown again, so Jakari Brown having a nice night and a good start to the second half. Now in some foul trouble with 3. Looks like Coach Ritchie might get her at the next opportunity. Shot here is blocked for Moore. Pinballs around, ends up getting it with Moore, and she had it blocked again. Now Plunkett handles it, runs into Williams. It's a blocking foul on Paige Williams. Trying to slide in there and get that charge on Plunkett. Didn't get the call. Coach Vick didn't love it. Brown will come out with the 3 fouls. Hatchett back in to replace her. Of course, Malaya Hatchett, the daughter of Coach Lenny Hatchett, coach of the Del City Eagles, who we'll see on this floor on Thursday as Mitchell's floater rolls off against El Reno. I'll have the call for that game on Thursday. Really looking forward to that one. The way El Reno's playing right now, as good as anyone. And, of course, Del City, certainly a contender in 5A as well. That should be a fun one coming up on Thursday night. That's a 6 o'clock tip here in Piedmont. And, again, I'll have the call for that one on Thursday. So, Coach Hatchett, getting familiar with the surroundings here in Piedmont. He'll be here tonight, and he'll be back here on Thursday. 3 ball in the corner for Richardson Clackums. Boy, Titans are just bombs away right now from deep. The Bobby Lewis 3 ball is getting a workout. And the Titans' lead is now all the way out to 41-17. Just finding that stroke from deep. And this game has gotten away here from Classen a bit. 41-17, just closing in on the midway point of the third quarter. Titans in command. 26-1 on the season. Been an unbelievable year. And they're trying to make sure it continues on to the final week of the state tournament. Here's Moore on the wing being guarded by Plunkett. Underneath to Ferguson. I think Plunkett might have tipped it. Then we got a tie-up. And it's a jump ball, and the Arrow keep it down here, it looks like, with Classen. By the way, if you're curious, when did the Titans lose? Where's that one loss? They lost on January 10th. The Arrow, by the way, with the Titans. They lost January 10th in the Bartlesville tournament to Bartlesville. So the only loss this year was to 6A Bartlesville. They have not lost a game to a 5A team this season. It's been an unbelievable year for the Titans, and they hope it concludes with a gold ball. And it very well might. Whistling a foul here on the Comets. Back in for Carl Albert comes Kinley Sutton. She'll replace Evie Mitchell, who is the lone senior in the starting 5 for this Titan team. That's a scary thing. This whole team's going to be back minus 1 starter. Pretty crazy. 3 ball for Plunkett doesn't go. Rebound pulled in by the Comets. They'll start it back the other way, who trail by 24 here in Piedmont. Toure has it on the block. Spin move in the lane. Tough finish at the rim. That's what Jada Toure can do. If she gets it in position, really hard to stop. And a nice finish there for her. Richardson tried to float that, almost like a push shot. Oh, that was a heck of an effort, though, by Plunkett. Let's get the replay in on that, hopefully. Yeah, look at that. Great play by Plunkett, able to save that. That was well done. Look at that on the Super Subs instant replay. 3 in the corner for Richardson, left it short. That instant replay was brought to you by Super Subs. Super Subs has chicken Phillies. Try the deluxe, buffalo, or barbecue chicken. Super Subs. So Titans come up empty. Classen has it back, trailing by 22. Micaiah Moore handling it for the Comets. She'll go to her left here on the block. Spin move. Turnaround shot. Side of the rim. Oh, and it got the roll. I thought that was going to come off, but ends up getting the friendly bounce. Micaiah Moore continuing her nice second half, and it's now 41-21. Classen trying to just chip away. Keep on battling and hang tough. Harrell left side to Sutton. She'll fire away with those rainbow threes. Clackums. My goodness, what a shot by Sutton. Those rainbow threes, they look like they're going to literally touch a light fixture here at the Wildcat Athletic Center. And then it comes right down, swish. So pretty. Oh, what a spin move and finish in the lane for Paige Williams. That was spectacular. Try to get another look at that here on the instant replay. That was special. Look at this finish by Paige Williams. Through a lot of contact. That's well done right there. She'll go to the line, try to complete three-point play. We mentioned it a couple times. I've had the pleasure this year. I was on the call. We had Classen versus Midwest City back in January. We had Classen versus Del City in February. I've had the pleasure now of seeing Paige Williams 3 times. Really fun player to watch, and she's got a whole other year, just a junior. Evie Mitchell in the corner for 3. Back iron, no. Rebound, though, pulled in by Harrell. Buys the Titans a second opportunity. Plunkett handling it here for Carl Albert. And what's the call here? Maybe a timeout taken. It's going to be a full timeout. 2:05 to go here in the third. Titans in command. They lead at 44-23 over Classen SAS. You're watching high school basketball on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
The Honey Butter Chicken Biscuit at Whataburger, available from 11 p.m. to 11 a.m. Only it's not that time right now, so it's not available. Instead, we must sit here until 11 p.m. watching footage of the flaky, crispy, buttery goodness that is the Honey Butter Chicken Biscuit. Once again, our desires are denied by, ooh, look, the Honey Barbecue Chicken Strip Sandwich. That'll hold us over till 11 p.m. What a burger.
Back in Piedmont, Josh Calloway here with you on the Oklahoma Sports Network. Watching girls 5A area basketball. Carl Albert leading Classen SAS 44-23. Winner here moves to the 5A state tournament. Starting next Monday as a and one opportunity for Audrey Plunkett, who got it in and got fouled. That was perfect. Great finish at the rim through contact for Plunkett. And look at that in the super subs. Instant replay. Can't get the free throw to fall, but still a heck of a finish for Plunkett. And the Titans are doubling up Classen, 46-23. That foul, by the way, was charged on Moore, her second. 3 in the corner here for Threat doesn't go. Teray the rebound, a lot of contact. The foul's going to go on Richardson for the Titans, and that, I think, is going to be their 5th. It is, yeah. 5 fouls now on the Titans, so free throws coming here for Jada Teray. Well, I'll tell you what, this has been a physical basketball game. There's been a lot of big collisions, a lot of bodies on the floor, but it's what you'd expect. It's the postseason, second round of the postseason. You don't, if you're playing basketball this week, if you make it to March, you're a good team. And you play with an aggression, you play with that physicality. You don't get here by accident. And you're seeing that tonight with these two teams going toe-to-toe. First free throw for Teray is good. Richardson will come out. Replacing her will be Hatchett. Meanwhile, Teray hits both free throws. 46-25 with 1:45 and counting to play here in the third. Titans trying to put the finishing touches here, get on to the next week in the state tournament. Hatchett swings it around to Harrell on the wing. Brings it out toward the top. 21-point advantage for Carl Albert. Handoff Mitchell poked away. It'll go out of bounds and stay at this end with the Titans. Mitchell will get it in and does so to Harrell near half court. Gets around her defender, Carrington Threat. Hatchett over to Plunkett. Plunkett left side to Sutton, who's got a pair of 3 balls in this game. Mitchell has it once again on the wing. Try to get underneath to Plunkett. Good play by Paige Williams to deflect that pass and get the fast break. Paige Williams stops and lays it home. So nice do-it-all-yourself play for Paige Williams. Force the turnover, fast break, and lay it home. Sutton going to fire one of those moon ball threes. This one's off the side of the rim. Mitchell, though, a great offensive rebound and stick back. That was well done by Evie Mitchell, reading that all the way, and then got the lay-in. Williams handles it here for the Comets. Some pressure coming from behind, and she's tripped up, out of bounds, and it'll be Titans ball again. That's another situation where Williams got bumped and fell to the floor, but the officials let it go. That's how they've called it tonight. I feel like it's been pretty consistent on both ends. They just, in general, have let them play a little bit, which, again, I'm all for. I don't think anyone wants to watch a free throw shooting contest whistles every 20 seconds, although you get a whistle here, of course, right on cue, as Mitchell is bumped and falls to the ground. You know, some of the Classen coaching staff getting a little frustrated, but it comes with the territory in this stage of a game and where the score is. The foul, by the way, was on Williams. That's her 4th, so that's not helping matters if you're Classen. Titans, meanwhile, lead it by 21. Final 20 seconds of the quarter. Hatchett tries to get it to the opposite end to Mitchell. Pass was offline and a turnover. 15 seconds, and the Comets will get the basketball back. Comets taking their time here before touching it, before that clock starts. Now they will. This is Micaiah Moore handling it. She'll bring it up. Moore goes to her left in the lane. Right-hand shot, gets the friendly roll. The touch from Micaiah Moore has had a great third quarter. Just a few seconds here. Can Plunkett get a shot off? She will. This will count. Almost banked it in. And that will end the third quarter, a quarter that was actually pretty competitive, but unfortunately for Classen, they need to make up ground, and they didn't. It's Carl Albert 48, Classen SAS 29 after 3. Don't go anywhere. We'll have the fourth quarter for you after this on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
College is more than just going to class. College is a journey. It's meeting new people and making new friendships that will last a lifetime. It's learning from professors who care about you and your success. And finding out it can be really fun and rewarding. It's discovering that thing you want to do for the rest of your life. Cameron University is all about helping you grow and succeed. Because your success is our success.
All right, back in Piedmont, Josh Calloway here with you on the Oklahoma Sports Network, ready for the fourth quarter of this girls 5A area matchup. The winner to the state tournament, Carl Albert, in control right now, leading at 48-29. We'll see if Classen has got a rally in them here in this final 8 minutes here at the Wildcat Athletic Center. Winner to the 5A state tournament, loser will continue to play on Friday afternoon back here in Piedmont. But obviously both these teams wanted to get the job done tonight. Carl Albert so far has done that, but still some work to do here in the fourth quarter. Classen first possession. Moore trying to get underneath to Teray, and it's poked away and stolen by Evie Mitchell. Well done, but a turnover is going to be right back as that one too far out in front of Harrell. And it'll go back to the Comets. Make sure we thank our fourth quarter sponsor, which is Louis, 6007 Southeast 15th Street in Midwest City. Louis, we're in your neighborhood. A huge shout out to all the Mid-Del basketball playoff sponsors. Help us bring you all these playoff games. Wouldn't be possible without them. We bring you every Mid-Del playoff game and have for several years now. And we're excited to keep it rolling throughout this entire week and then into next week. State tournament, obviously broadcasts look a little different for state tournaments as everyone for these Mid-Del schools abundantly knows at this point, but we'll be there on OSN starting next Monday, of course, with both the boys and girls 5A quarterfinals next Monday at the Big House. It's going to be a lot of fun. Scoop layup here for Threat is offline, but a whistle and a foul going to go on the Titans. That'll send Carrington Threat to the Toonie Bice House's charity stripe. The foul put on Evie Mitchell. That is her second. 7:05 to play. Carl Albert led it 16-3 after one, 30-12 at the break. And now 48-29 as we start this fourth quarter. First free throw, no good for Threat. Teray, meanwhile, will come out into the game for the Comets. Number 33, Brianna Fisher. Threat able to make the second one. So gets Classen over that 30 mark. Harrell brings it down the floor for the Titans. Dished across to Mitchell. Right side, Jakari Brown. Brown out to Harrell, and the Titans are certainly not going to be in any rush on these possessions. Jakari Brown has it again. Spin move off for defender. Gives it off to Plunkett. Nice find to Mitchell. Good ball movement to Harrell. Right side Brown. Now in the corner to Hatchett. She'll take a jumper mid-range. Too strong. Good job moving the ball, but good defense by Classen. And we talked about that a few times. In the half court, the Comets have been pretty tough defensively in this game. Micaiah Moore in the lane. Spin move. Turnaround shot the side of the backboard. Plunkett pulls down the rebound. Good defense there by Plunkett. Just totally shut off Micaiah Moore's lane to the hoop. And the Titans get it back. Up by 18. Harrell out here on the right side. Brings it all the way across. Hands it off to Jakari Brown. Brown being worked on by Threat. Feeds it off to Plunkett. Plunkett spin move. Dish it off. Mitchell. Oh, great find to Harrell for three. Back iron, no. And rebound pulled in by Williams. Again, nice ball movement there by the Titans, but not able to cash in on the shot. Classen has it back down by 18. Paige Williams spin move in the lane. Shot won't go. Rebound Micaiah Moore, and she got knocked to the floor. No whistles again, and that's been a theme tonight. Again, this officiating crew has let them play. Harrell feeds off. Nice find to Plunkett. She's blocked from behind by Ferguson. Harrell, though, is able to save it, and now she's bumped and fouled. The foul is on Ferguson. That's her first. Richardson back in the game for the Titans. She'll replace Hatchett. That foul was just on the floor. First one on Classen, so no free throws. Inbound goes to Richardson. She'll fire away on a long two and got it. Nice shot by the freshman Jordan Richardson. Gets the Titans to the 50 spot at 50-30 with just 5:20 to go. Threat brings it down the floor for the Comets. Had it poked away. Evie Mitchell just picked her pocket. Fast break to the rim. Layup won't go, but there for the easy cleanup is Harrell hustling back. A good defensive play by Evie Mitchell to poke that loose, leads to the easy fast break bucket. And now, what's the call here? A whistle and a foul on Harrell. It'll be the second one on Harrell. Didn't seem like Carl Albert was a huge fan of that call, but they'll let it go up by 22 with 5 minutes to go. Moore brings it down for the Comets. Hands off to Ferguson. Ferguson gives it up left side to Micaiah Moore. Moore back over to Carrington Threat. Right side, Brianna Fisher. Now back to Threat once again. Left side, Paige Williams. Williams swings it up underneath to Moore. She'll go strong to the rim. Shot comes up well short. I think Plunkett must have got a piece of that. It's kind of hard to tell, but based off the trajectory, it makes me think she did. Titans have it back, and again, they're going to milk the clock here. Every possession, they're not going to be in any rush in the slightest. Take their sweet old time as they continue to work that clock. Nice find. Plunkett's a Mitchell for three. Left it short. Rebound, though, pulled in by Richardson. And she'll smartly back it out. A savvy move by the freshman, a veteran move to dribble this thing back out in your half court, keep working that clock. Midway point of the fourth quarter. Jakari Brown, handoff Richardson. Runner in the lane, comes up and rims out. Rebound pulled in by Micaiah Moore. Moore, long pass head to Brianna Fisher, gives it back to Moore. Underneath to Threat, and had it blocked and stolen away by Jakari Brown, who's had a nice night. She's been very good for the Titans. Trying to think who we're going to go with our triple lead screen printing player of the game. That'll be in the postgame show. Could go a number of directions. Jakari Brown, mid-range jumper, no. Got her own miss, though. Up and under move. That'll go. What a move by Jakari Brown. Look at that on the Super Subs instant replay. That was slick. And a timeout on the floor by Classen SAS with just 3:18 to go. Titans look to be in control. We'll take it with them. Carl Albert leads it big over Classen SAS. You're watching high school basketball on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
If you've lived in Oklahoma long enough, you'll know that we get extreme weather. With that extreme weather comes hail damage to your roof and an insurance claim. When that happens, there's not a better company to deal with on your insurance claim than Cantrell Roofing and Construction. Since 1987, Cantrell Roofing and Construction has proven to be the best in the business. And always remember, got hail? Call Cantrell. Call them at 405-642-8558.
Back in Piedmont, Josh Calloway with you on the Oklahoma Sports Network. Carl Albert leading Classen SAS 54-30, just 3:18 to go. It certainly seemed that the Carl Albert Titans and Coach Kyle Ritchie are on their way back to the state tournament once again. If they can just put the finishing touches here on this one. As for Classen, obviously, and we'll detail all this again in the postgame show, they're not done by any means. They'll have another crack at reaching the state tournament later this week. And this Classen team's got a lot of good ball players on it. It wouldn't surprise me in the slightest to see them get the job done on Friday. Great ball movement here leads to an easy layup for Evie Mitchell. That was a great pass by Plunkett. And then Mitchell with the easy lay-in. Leads as big as it's been all night at 26. Meanwhile, Micaiah Moore will go strong to the rim. And she's fouled. So some free throws coming here for Micaiah Moore, who's played a very nice second half for Classen SAS tonight. The foul there is going to be charged to Jordan Richardson. That's her third. First free throw for Moore rims out. Be sure to stick with us in the postgame show as we'll wrap it all up here from Piedmont. Again, we'll give you the details that you need to know for the Comets and what lies next to the Titans. We'll also peek in on those other 3 5A games in progress as we speak, as 4 tickets to the state tournament are being punched tonight. One of them right here in Piedmont, and a couple others, obviously one in Bridge Creek between Del City and Reno. That game's on OSN. That game was very close at the half, so you're going to want to make sure you stay tuned in. Get the details there for that final score, and we'll know half of the state tournament field. That'll be in the postgame show coming up in just a little bit here on OSN. Richardson right side. This is Mitchell now with it. Over to Plunkett. Plunkett pulls up at the block, and she's hit and fouled with 2:14 to go. Some Tooney by his house's free throws for the road for Audrey Plunkett, who had a phenomenal first half in this game. Really helped Carl Albert build out that lead. First one on the way is no good, off the back iron. Next game on this floor will be Duncan and Altus, which we'll have for you on OSN. The Altus crew will step in for that one. And that'll be, of course, on a separate stream, but be available. Anywhere you're watching this game, you can watch that game coming up next. Any Classen fans tuned in and want to know who they'll be seeing on Friday, the winner of that one is who it will be. So Altus and Duncan, that game coming up on this floor. That's set for approximately a 7:30 tip here from Piedmont. So keep an eye out for that one. A big block by Plunkett just came in and gobbled up that shot. Leads to a fast break here somewhat, but she'll slow it up smartly. Continue to work that clock if you're the Titans, who lead 57-31. Good pass to Mitchell. Layup won't go. Rebound somehow was saved by Ferguson. And the Comets have it back as whole-scale changes coming for the Titans at the next opportunity as Coach Ritchie, has got a full bench unit ready to sub in. Plunkett for three, Clackums. And a perfect way to end Audrey Plunkett's night, a Bobby Lewis 3-ball to get Carl Albert to the 60 mark. And with 1:32 to go, the benches can be cleared, and the Titans can know that the state tournament is coming. A timeout taken. It's another full one. We'll go and stick here through it. and give us an opportunity to go ahead. I think we're safe to give it out with this point with 1:32 to go. The Triple Elite Screen Printing Player of the Game Award. I'm going to go with Audrey Plunkett. That last three sold me. There's about 3 or 4 Titan players that you could talk me into, but Audrey Plunkett was phenomenal, especially in the first half of this game. Was good in the second half, too, don't get me wrong, but the first half, offensively, defensively, distributing the ball, getting rebounds, blocking shots, did a little everything. And if Carl Albert's going to win a state championship, which they certainly feel more than capable of doing, Audrey Plunkett's going to be right at the center of it, and she was fantastic again here tonight. So Audrey Plunkett, our Triple Elite Screen Printing Player of the Game. Find world-class designs and hot new styles at Triple Elite Screen Printing. .132 left. We mentioned the Titans with whole-scale changes here into the game. We got number 5, Piper Mitchell. She's a sophomore. Number 10, Jacqueline Brown in the game. We also got Hatchett and Sutton back into the game, as well as I think that's 23, Katie Norton, as Teray will lay it home for the Comets. In addition to that Altus Dunk game, we have another Mid-Dell game coming up as well for Carl Albert fans that are interested in that, as Midwest City and Guyman will be tipping off here coming up just a little bit at 7:30. That game over in Bridge Creek. The great Jordan Ray and Tracy Mussett on the call for that one. Shot no good for the Titans, but offensive rebound pulled in by Piper Mitchell. But knocked that bounds. It'll be Comets ball now as we hit the final minute here in Piedmont. Moore for 3, too strong. Rebound pulled in by Jacqueline Brown. She'll bring it down the floor for the Titans. Brown, bounce pass over to Mitchell. Swings it right side. Hatchett for 3, too strong. Rebound ran down by Paige Williams. And Williams will take it down the floor for Classen, who will turn their attention to Friday afternoon back here in Piedmont as Williams is knocked to the floor. And she'll go to the line and shoot some free throws with 34.1 seconds to go. If you're curious, Klassen's chances in the next game, which any Comets fans tuned in will already have an idea of this, but they've seen both Altus and Duncan this year because those teams were in their district. So they played each of them twice already. So a lot of familiarity either way in that one. Classen beat Duncan at home 40-32 in December. And then they beat Altus in Altus 63-50 later in the month. They also beat Altus at home 55-36, but they did lose to Duncan in Duncan on January 31st in a really good game, 43-39. So they split with Duncan, and they're 2-0 against Altus, and that's who they'll see next on Friday afternoon with a spot in the state tournament on the line on Friday. That'll be at 3:30, and if you're a Classen fan tuned in, if Altus can win later, that game will be on OSN tomorrow night, or I shouldn't say tomorrow night, Friday afternoon, thinking ahead. And this will end as Williams just gives it up. The clock will tick down, and that's your ball game. 60-34, Carl Albert wins it. They go to 27-1 in this phenomenal season. It's only fitting that they will continue it on. Jim Norick Arena, the Big House, in the state tournament. A dominant effort here tonight, really from the start. They jumped out 13-0 right out of the gates and never looked back as Carl Albert cruises to a dominant win, 60-34 over Classen SAS, who advance to the 5A state tournament starting next Monday at the Big House in Jim Norick Arena. As they'll get presented with the area trophy. Mike Dunn, of course, the phenomenal flight director at Carl Albert, there to help present it. Well earned. Coach Ritchie does it again. And the Carl Albert Titans, as they so often do, are going to the state tournament once again in 2025. See that great team photo? That's awesome. Great moment, great memory, and this program, as they belong, as they always are, going back to the 5A state tournament. We do, before we sign off here, want to make sure we get you the other 5A finals, the other tickets that have been punched this evening to the 5A state tournament. These games aren't actually finals, but Booker T, a healthy lead over Durant, 46-28. The other two games I can't call. They're too close, believe it or not. Coweta leading Shawnee 53-51 at last check late in the fourth. And then on OSN, Del City and El Reno were in a barn burner as well in the fourth quarter. El Reno leads Del City 47-44. That game in the fourth quarter. That you can watch that finish live right now on OSN. I would highly recommend it. So the only ticket we know for sure right now is Carl Albert. Booker T looks like they're well on their way. Other two are still up for grabs. That's it for us for now from Piedmont. Be sure to tune in again the next ball game as the Comets will face the winner of Valtus and Duncan. Those two teams are out there warming up as we speak. The game will be live right here on OSN in just about 10 minutes or so be sure to tune in for that. But as for me, I'll see you on Thursday back here in Piedmont for Del City boys against El Reno, which should be a great game on Thursday evening. Carl Albert wins it 60-34. They go to 27-1 and are back once again, as they so often are, in the 5A state tournament starting next Monday at the Big House. Signing off here from Piedmont, I'm Josh Calloway. Thank you so much for tuning in as always. We'll see you next time right back here on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
Thanks for watching this presentation of the Oklahoma Sports Network.